This is Arundel, and we're going to spend the day here visiting cathedrals and castles and wildlife sanctuaries. So far it's pretty lovely. Have a wee wander around all the streets, which just look absolutely gorgeous. That wee shop over there is called the Squibbly Biscuit. This is the High Street, and just up there you can see a bit of the castle. Lots of lovely places to eat. The great thing is there's lots of little independent shops like Fanny Adams, and I've just spent 100 quid in there. You better get me away from here or I'll be spending more. Ah, a great cafe. I'm sure we'll find something that we want there. As you walk up the high street, up the hill, you get a really good view. Oh, I love that building. And round here's the castle wall. This is the cathedral that we're just visiting. Welcome to Arundel Cathedral. It's really nice. And I tell you, it's lovely and cool in here after the heat outside. It's St Nicholas Church, and the story goes that during the Reformation half the church was left in ownership of the owners of the castle, and then the other half was changed from Catholic to Protestant. I don't know how true that is. We'll find out. It's much darker, less ornate than the cathedral across the road. And up on the walls there appears to be what would have been really nice paintings. Perhaps that was part of the Reformation when they were painted out and they've come to light. Through here this looks like the other half of the church, so I think the story must have been true.
Okay, we've come to the highlight of your day, have we not?
It's a big highlight, Arundel Wildfowl place. I've always wanted to come here, never thought I would.
Alright.
So really looking forward to it.
A life's ambition is about to be fulfilled.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Tell me what you've learned about
Arundel.
That as well.
Great tea rooms, a castle which we'll come back part 2 to see. We've seen a cathedral, we've seen half the church, so part 2 tomorrow.
Great, my love.
We've only just arrived and I've already seen birds that I've no idea what they are, especially this little one down here, which I'll have to identify later. I am so in my element with all of these birds. He was making a sweet little noise a minute ago.
This is kind of our wildflower majority section, wildflower fair, and it gets cut back every year. We'll be going through some more differently managed sections, but it should be a nice trip round. It's one of our wild areas, so unlike some of the other areas you've been through collection birds, which under UK law do have to be thin like this.
So we've just seen some long-tailed tits.
Right, okay.
It was cut back last year, and that's kind of first cut.
This is absolutely brilliant.
They might even be great. No.
They're just gorgeous.
Is that right?
It gets really reedy around this corner as well. So we'll make some reeds in a minute.
What do you think of it so far, my love?
It's great.
Yes.
I love the little blue ones on the water.
Could you tell us what you've learned about the dragonflies?
There's very big ones down there.
I'm videoing her. You should have been paying attention.
Brown hawkers. Yeah.
And what about the emperor?
Well, we're not sure if we've seen one of those yet.
Good comeback.
Look at that view of the castle from here. It's absolutely stunning. Look at it. Our visit to the Wet Life Centre, and now we need to go down to the coast to get some seawater to cool off because it is hot and muggy and we need some respite. This is Arundel Castle, and today we've come when there's jousting going on. This is going to be brilliant. That is some fireplace.
Yeah.
Wooden ceiling. Enormous amount of artwork. Wow, this is some carriage. This bit is quite impressive. So that is Mary Queen of Scots' pearl necklace just there. This room is a bit more cosy.
Really just the scanning.
This is the library. So here is the keep after the Norman conquest. So this is Fitzallen Chapel, and this is the Catholic end of the chapel. The other day we went to the Protestant end or the Anglican end.
So this chapel is a private chapel belonging to the castle. Next door is the parish church, St Nicholas Parish Church of the town. It was all built in 1380.
Okay.
This was always built as the private chapel belonging to the castle.
Right.
That was built as the parish church.
Right,
of the town.
okay.
So always separate.
Always separate.
Originally it would have all been Catholic.
Right.
Henry VIII comes along, so we've got the dissolution of the monastery, so eventually we're going to turn it into a Protestant country. Takes all the churches under his wing, if you like. It's a financial thing, because he's after the money. Church is a huge landowner, they're incredibly wealthy. The family, so he would have taken this and the parish church into his ownership. The family argue that this is the resting place for the family, if they're correct. Right. They were buried down there. It's a private chapel. So Henry VIII allows him to keep it. It cost him, I think it's 1,000 marks. They had to pay for the privilege, and they had to pay rent every year. It also helps because the Earl was Henry VIII's godson.
And here they go, ladies and gentlemen. These overly keen horses thundering towards each other. And two. And a nice smooth entry into the list. And good strikes.
An amazing day at the castle in Arundel with the jousting. Absolutely brilliant day.